sun is hidden far from here. I wonder how I might atone. It's been a year since I left home. The wind is blowing faster now. I'm searching though I don't know how. There was a time I used to know. I lost my bearings long ago. And all this time, well, it's my imagination, my fading inspiration that dances in my mind. And it's a crime. Only my imagination, my own interpretation should lead me down this road, and I know where to go. To find my travels as you
To find those travels as you can, chat. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Goglings, Gogorifics, Gog Types, Gog Peoples. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope you folks are looking forward to what I hope is going to be a fun session today of Pen and Pixels. It is episode 265 of Pen and Pixels. I am your host, Arvin Eleron. This is the show that focuses on story and narrative every Tuesday from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, and we are continuing today our playthrough of Mission Critical as we continue to try to escape a doomed ship and discover the fate of humanity or something. Basically, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff, is what I'm saying. But before we get into that, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us here on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please consider following GogCom. That is always appreciated. Please consider jumping on board as well and subscribing to us here on GogCom. You can get those awesome custom sub badges and emotes. You can see Inquisitor has one of those nice ones right in front of the name right there. So those custom sub badges and emotes are always a nice thing to show around everywhere across Twitch. And of course, it also helps support us, the streamers here on the channel. There are many of us, and we try to do the best we can to be entertaining and engaging and fun and all that kind of good stuff. So hopefully people can jump on board and support us that way. And please consider as well clicking through to our individual channels where you can support us by checking out our own subsystems and Patreons and all that kind of stuff that we have over there as well. Today, as I said, we continue with Mission Critical, and I'm very excited about that. But before we get to that, I am going to do that, move that over, and transition us that way. There we go. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. I hope everybody is doing well and is looking forward to the stream today. Excuse me one second whilst I fix this one issue, which is that I have to readjust. There we go. I had to readjust this a little bit. There's always that weird space where I've still got daylight coming in from the outside. I've got this light here, and so I have more light as well over here. I think. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe like that now. Hold on just a moment. My light panel has decided to no longer work. Okay, can you go on this way? Why is my light panel not working suddenly? My light panel was working perfectly well earlier today. Okay, now my light panel is completely broken. My light panel has elected not to work anymore. That's curious. There we go. Woo. Finicky. There we go. Sorry about that. Little finicky. Okay, there it is. See? I can see you all now. You can all see me. Sorry, I had to make sure that I had that adjustment working because it's going to get dark. And this is always that stage. I really, it's just in point of view in terms of like lighting and stuff like that. The hardest thing to do is to set this when you've got, when you have variable light over the course of your stream. You know, it's one thing if you're just dealing with, It's one thing if you're just dealing with where it's all dark and then you can set it for a particular thing. And they all tell you how to do that. They're like, oh yeah, this is how you set white balance. If you've got like a daylight stream, and I'm like, okay, great. What about an indoor stream? They're like, oh great, this is how you do it. I'm like, okay, how about if it's this way, but then it changes because I have sun coming through my office this way. So that lights me in a certain way. I have to change the white balance. Then what happens if it changes during the course of time? And it's just like, anyway. First world problems, right? But I am very glad to be with all of you today. One thing I do want to note just before we get started is just a little bit of a personal note here, and it's something which may have an impact on the stream today. And that is that, as some of you may know, I am moving. We are moving. The family is moving actually next week. And I have made the incredibly intelligent decision, not an intelligent decision, that all of this ended up in March. That was not actually the plan, but it was just the way that things sort of broke down. So I have got a big Kickstarter launching in a couple of weeks. I am getting vaccinated for COVID the first time on Thursday. And also we are moving. And the only place that I have ever streamed from in terms of a home base has been from here. Now, you have seen me on this channel and on my own channel stream from other places using my travel rig, which I call Arvbox. But in terms of actual, like the home base studio, the only place that I've ever streamed from has been this particular place. And so we're going to be moving to a place which is going to have a larger area for me to do streaming. And it's going to be great when it's set up, but it has to be set up and we have to move and we have to do all that kind of stuff. So we are closing on the selling of our house today. We signed documents yesterday. We are closing on the selling of the house that we're buying on Thursday, so the day after tomorrow. And then we are actually moving next Wednesday. So until all of that comes clear, there's still stuff that's going to be up in the air. Why am I telling you all of this? Well, for two reasons. Number one, because next Tuesday is going to be the last time you'll be seeing me stream from this location. And secondly, because it means that today my attention may occasionally be somewhat divided because I'm going to have to periodically check to make sure that the money wire transfers have come in and that all of the closing documents are signed with I's dotted and T's crossed and all that kind of good stuff. So for the moment, we're clear of everything that I have to do and worry about, but I'm just letting you know that if this happens during the course of the stream today, that I have to go away for a minute or two here and there, I apologize. I hope you can all understand. It's just a little bit important that I make sure that we have a place to live next week, and that we have everything ready to go. So it's kind of a big deal for me and for us, and kind of a big milestone for us. So in any case, we're excited about the move, and I'm excited to talk to you all a little bit more about the house that we're moving to, but I can't do that until all the closing happens. And so, yes, so basically just bear with me. There's a mission critical in game, there's a mission critical out of game, and the critical mission right now is what I have to deal with at the moment. So that's the deal with that. Plus getting vaccinated and everything else. Hi, Kilgore. Good to see you. So yes, that's what's going on. But today we have got Mission Critical. And so we are going to slide on over there and make that happen starting now. So let's head over there and get back into the awesomeness that is Mission Critical. And I really have been having a great time with this game. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens as we move on with it into our next session. So let us do that. Yes. Oh, shoot. I think that's here? Okay, yes. It is here. And I can tell because that obnoxious alarm is going off. Okay, first of all. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn that down so that hopefully that's not too loud. Is that too loud for everybody, or is it okay? I don't want it to be too loud, but why am I getting... This is not also the way... Oh, I know why. No, I don't actually know why. Why is it looking like this? It is not supposed to look like this at all. Wait a minute. Hold on. I have to... Something is not working right. This is supposed to be full screen. And for some reason it isn't. And it was not a problem last time. So... No, I don't want to do any of that. I had this going... I mean, this should just be playing at full screen. Right, that's fine. This is all fine, I think. But I don't know why it's looking like that. Also, I don't know why it didn't save my settings. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to make an adjustment then, so bear with me for just a moment. I may have to adjust this a few times to get this working properly. That doesn't look right at all. Sorry, let me know if that alarm is really obnoxious, and I'll try to address it if I can. But hopefully it's not really annoying. It's funny how there are never any pleasant... Okay, that looks about right. There are never any pleasant things. Like, there's never any pleasant alarms, you know? There's nothing like, warning, your ship is about to destruct. Warning, you know, it's not like that. You're gonna use it later to fall asleep. See, exactly. Exactly. You see what we're getting at here, Josiah. Alright. Let's go like that. Okay, good. Alright, that should be better. Let's make this happen. Now, so the thing about this, I'm a little nervous about this section. It's a bad alarm, it's true. Those alert sounds? I have to admit, I don't actually mind the alert sounds, Kilgore. I want to know when it's switching over for some reason, so I actually intentionally do not want them to be turned off. I don't use them that much, but it's helpful to me to be able to know when I'm switching over from gaming, so yeah, thank you, but I would be able to disable them if I wanted, but I kind of don't want to, so... Yeah, but hopefully it's not obnoxious to everybody else. I hadn't thought about that. Anyway, okay, so here's the deal. This is going to be a little confusing, so I'm going to fully admit that the help of chat will be much appreciated here. Wait, what? Okay. I need to... Okay, let's move down here. Because I thought I could do all of this coolant fixing from one place, but I can't. Instead, I have to fix it from here. So this is... I will admit that this confused me a lot. And I remember that this confused me when I was much younger, too. And I don't... I just zipped through that and I wasn't supposed to. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, you find the proper controls, bring up the touchscreen schematic for the reactor coolant system. The primary coolant tank is damaged. All the coolant liquid is leaked out of the system. This means you need to route coolant liquid from one of the auxiliary coolant tanks through the reactor in order to cool it down. The reactor coolant system computer interface will allow you to scroll and manipulate a map showing the reactor and the ACS tanks, pipes, and valves. There are 2 auxiliary coolant tanks, both are full. Your first objective is to open the manual valve on one of those tanks so that coolant can flow into the system of RCS pipes and valves. The computer interface on this console will help you determine which valve you need to open manually. Use the arrows at the top right and bottom right of the schematic to scroll up and down. You can't use the computer interface to route the coolant through the reactor until at least one manual valve has been opened. So that means, I guess, that I need to open one of the manual valves. So I guess I need to do that first. I guess we need to do that. Alright, so I guess I gotta go up and activate that manual override thing. Alright, you've reached the end of the access crawlway. Hello, Zinnik. When you face the bulkhead at the end of the crawlway, you see a manual valve control sitting directly in front of you. The exit lies in the other direction. It seems to be stuck in the closed position. Alright, that's not great. Okay. Okay. You hear a grounding noise and then a solid-sounding clunk from above as the valve locks in the open position. Okay. So that's now open. Ooh, I didn't know that I could skip through the video. Ooh. That's even faster. Okay. So now, I've opened up... So I opened up valve 2. That's auxiliary tank 2. Okay. Okay. This is all good. I don't want that. Let's try this. Right. Right. I think this is cooling down. Should be cooling down the reactor. Okay. So that's good. Let's see, and then we should be good, right? Do we fix it? That didn't fix it? Okay. Okay, and that goes up there. But I don't need it to do that. I need to go up this way. No. Like that. And then... Right, because I need to go... No. I needed to go through the heat exchanger. Like this. Okay. Like that. And that's going to go up through there. Nope. Like this. Okay. Is that... Shouldn't that work? Shouldn't that work then? Here's the engine coolant grid. Do I need to go... It seems like that should have worked. So, like, I did this ion control pool. Main reactor core. Shouldn't that be cooling it down? The engine coolant grid. I did that, whatever. That's fine. Coolant from one auxiliary tank flows from the tank through the main reactor through one heat exchanger and back to the auxiliary tank. You have to make a complete circuit. Oh, okay. So, tank, reactor, exchanger, tank. Tank, reactor, exchanger, tank. Alright, so... So we've got reactor... Okay. Alright, and then that does that. Reactor. No, it hasn't done the reactor yet. Can't do that. So let's go through this. And then this. So that means that goes up there, that goes down there. Okay, that's going the wrong way, so it can only go the other way. So... Ah, but it's not going through... Okay. So the good news is that that sort of works, but it's not going through any of the heat exchangers yet. So it needs to go through a heat exchanger. It's got to do that by... routing... Okay. So this is not going to work. This needs to go... Right, so this is to go like this. No. Okay. And then... Nope, 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 nope. That's not right either. This has to go like that. It has to go... Nope, like this. That's still not right, because it's still not going the right way. Darn it. That's right. Okay, that fills up. And then this is going to go... like this. And that goes up like that. Then I activate that so it goes through this heat exchanger. Except this, how does it ever get back to the tank, though? Well, that's not going to work, is it? Alright, so we have to go from 2... I wish I could get like a zoom out on this, but anyway. So, we have to go out on... We have to go out this way. This is the only way that it goes out. We go out this way. Right, and it needs a heat exchanger. So it has to do that, but then it has to get back to this thing. Which means that it can't... I wonder if it even needs to go in there. It may not even need to go there. So if I send it up this way, forget about that engine coolant grid thing. And we just skip it around entirely. Yeah, like this. So that goes through like that. That goes up like that. And that goes through like that. Goes through here. That's going to be a heat exchanger down there. And that goes down there. That's a heat exchanger. Great. Okay, it's going to go through here. I can't do that, though. Alright, that goes here. And that means I have to go that. Yeah, but that's not a full circuit. That is not a full circuit. Somehow, I need to keep this away from here entirely. Alright, so if this goes up here, like this... I don't think it goes through this at all. If this goes like this... So, yeah, I know. Let me turn that down completely. Okay. I want to be able to hear it a little bit now. Damn it. Okay. I want to be able to hear it a little bit, though, so that in case there's a change... That was already 77 addicts at like 10%, so you know. It's just like super loud and annoying, as alarms I guess generally are. So this one is closed. This is, oh, this auxiliary tank 3. So maybe I can't even go from 2. Maybe I have to go from 3. Because tank 1, manual valve 1 is locked. Okay, that's up here, so I can't do anything with 1. So maybe it's 3. So if I go from 3... Alright, let me go find... Where is 3? Oh, okay. So I can only do 1 at a time. Alright, well then, let's take care of... Let's say that 2 is not right. Let's assume for a minute that it's... that we need to close 2 and open 3. To go back to the beginning. What's up, live? Okay, so... Hey, Dragon Spear. Okay, let's try 3 instead. So, if we go like this... Okay. Alright, now we're going to see if 3 does any good. Okay. Oh, shoot. What was that again? So I need to go from... Okay, so tank, reactor, heat exchanger, tank. And it has to be a complete circuit. Okay. Alright, so now... Yeah, I love... This is a really cool game, live, I agree. Okay, so now we've got this. So, I need to be able to do this so that it can get all the way back around. Oh, which means... Okay. So, what we need to figure out a way to do is... Yeah, no, this isn't going to work. We got to keep out of this circuit completely. So we have this clear. Okay. Okay. So that should... that should get the reactor cool. It's still got to go through an exchanger. Actually... So, it's up like this. And then... Nope, that way. Okay, we have to send it through this exchanger. No, this isn't going to work, though. It's not going to work, because it needs to go up. After it goes through the reactor, it has to go through one of these, but it can't go this way because it's one way. So that's not going to work. See, I need to make it so that I can get back to here and get back to this tank, which I can do by going around this way. And that I can do by staying away from this area, but... it doesn't help. That does not help. I need to get this in here. I can do that, but it's not going to help me. No, because see, if I send it this way, then I don't get back to the tank. I have to get back to the tank somehow. That definitely is how I have to get back to the tank. Question is, how do I send it this way? Go this way. Unless... up this way. I go... Now, I can go like this, and that sends it this way, but then... the problem is I can do all that... That's not going to help me, though, because I go down that way, that covers that, but then I'm stuck. Yeah, that doesn't help either. If I go... This is just a puzzle in the game. I have to try to get this... I have to get the reactor cooled down before the ship blows up, basically. Okay, these are one way. So the only way to run them through these heat exchangers is I have to loop it around to get to here. So I have to go either through here or through here, but I have to loop it this way. Now, I could actually do this activate that coolant pump. Oh, I think I might have it. That goes like this. Yep, that's going to do it. That goes up and around this way. There goes the temperature. Woo! Huzzah! All of the indicators are moving back towards the green. The reactor core temperatures has returned to subcritical levels and is now well within normal parameters. You have successfully averted a core meltdown and saved the ship. And, chat, I've shut down the damn alarm. Okay. Alright, we did it. Woo! Alright, we got it fixed. Question is now what? Let's see. Right, now the problem is now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's been so long since I played this and I now no longer remember what I was supposed to do. Okay. Okay, also I should probably save it. And let's do this as Arvin, sure. Okay. Okay. Alright, computer.
Computer?
The main computer is down. Voice access to engineering systems only.
Has anything changed?
The criticality 1 fault in the primary reactor coolant system has been repaired. Reactor temperatures are returning to normal.
Okay.
I'm done.
Access terminated by user.
Okay. We took care of engineering. Let's go back up to the bridge. Actually, no. Let's go up to deck 2, because I need to remember what other stuff I need to do now. Now that I've fixed that.
Deck 2.
Okay. Let's see what we're doing now. Well, I mean, you know, I've done all that can be done with
Main computer
engineering.
is down.
I know.
Any change?
No change.
I'm done.
Access.
Damn it. Alright. I guess I need to go to the bridge. Okay. What is an adventure game? Ah, the usefulness of assistance at the time. Okay. So, I need to figure out now, I guess by going to the bridge? That's communications. Oh, wait. I needed to get the communications array back on, didn't I? Okay. Oh. Okay, I know about this. Actually, wait. Let me read that. Let me watch that again.
All Alliance ships, this is the USS Lexington. Hull ID, Lima Charlie Bravo Hotel 09er. Mayday, Mayday. We are under attack by a UN Geneva-class heavy cruiser. Our defensive screen has been penetrated. Our mission has been compromised. The ship has sustained serious damage. The electronics in the external communications array were shorted out by an enemy strike while we were moving the dish to acquire new transmission coordinates. Our dish is now locked in a useless position. If you receive this message, please retransmit to the Alliance base on Erebus as soon as possible. Stand by for a coded telemetry burst with mission data under paradox encryption.
Okay. That would be the case, Chocolate, for sure. Problem is, I don't know how to get this thing running again. And I need to find my... Yeah, so I don't have... Right. Okay, I need to find... okay, I already know about that. I'm going to go back up to the bridge. I need to remember, like, I need to fix the communications array and a couple of other things. We kept the ship from blowing up. We fixed the hull so the floor didn't blow up. Then we fixed the engines so the engines didn't blow up. So we're making it, we're making some, you know, progress, right? I never went to the weapons bays, did we?
Deck 1.
What?
Computer? Has anything changed?
No change.
I've heard.
That is not.
I'm.
Access.
Okay, so I already know about all that. Okay, pretty good shape. Okay, tactical console. Whoops, 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 whoops.
Hype Telecon system. Hype Telecon checklist, step 1. Manually.
Oh, okay. So, reactor coolant systems, restart coolant, right. Fixed communications array. Right, and I have to reprogram the drones, I think. Activate drones in storage. So we have to go down to the weapons bay, which we can now do now that the ship's not going to blow up in 3 seconds. So, reprogram all RC-09 battle drones arming console in each weapon bay to activate drone in storage. Program for telecon. Load them on launcher. Hand them off. Take a photo? Take a photo? Thorville. This is GOG.com. You don't take photos. You take notes, you use grid paper, and you're glad to like it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man.
Step 1 has not been completed. No drones are available
No, I'm
for
joking.
telecon operation.
Probably that would have been smart. Okay, so let's go to the weapon bay. Let's get that stuff online because we know that that has to be fixed at some point. So, whoops. No, don't quit. Alright. Okay. Well, yes. I do have multiple monitors. But, alright, weapons. Okay, we have not been here yet. So let's do it.
Weapons bay.
Alright, let's talk to the computer and find out what's going on with weapons, shall we?
Computer?
The main computer is down. Voice access to weapons level systems only.
Is there anything I should know about?
Contact with the main computer system was lost at 22:31:22. Local systems took over monitoring and control of autonomic functions at 22:31:23.
Okay.
Has anything...
No change.
I'm done.
Access.
Alright, that's useful. You're on the catwalk that runs along the edge of the huge weapons bay. It leads from the corridor door to the blister of the control room. Alright, well, let's check it out. Okay, here we are. This is the control room for Weapons Bay 1. The consoles here are used to program the onboard computers for the battle drones, load them on the rotary launcher, and then hand them off to the ship's tactical system for central control. A huge rotary launcher moves the drones from storage to the aiming and fueling mechs and then into position for launch. A blast of compressed air coupled with a violent push from 3 explosive bolts catapults the drones into space. Okay. The hull doors are open for launch operations after the weapons bay has been depressurized. Quartzite panels on an alloy framework provide a clear view of the weapons bay. Okay. Okay. 80. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Wow, this is very Alex. I know, right, you Christensen? That thing looks like it's made of missiles. Okay. Use the consoles in each of the weapons bays to program, load, and hand off all the drones in storage. When you are done, there are 9 active drones loaded on the rotary launchers and ready for combat. Okay. Okay. So it's all... So basically that's ready to go now. We fixed the weapons system for whatever that's worth. Okay. So I guess we needed to do that. That's the elevator. All right. Oh. Well, I already did this. Wait. Weapons Bay 2. Okay. So I did that already. I guess I got confused where I was standing. Okay, so that's the elevator. Alright, let's go. Is this just different? Okay. So I've already done all of this. So basically I think I'm done with this level then. Okay, because we've done this. Okay. So we did them with all the bays, basically. Okay. Okay, and I already saw that one. Alright. Well, lovely. Then we're... Weapons bays are taken care of. Okay, so that just leaves... So we've fixed now... We've got the weapons stuff done. We've done the reactor spaces engineering. The only thing we have left to do is communications.
Deck.
Computer? Is there...
Contact with the main. No. That is.
I'm done.
Access.
Okay. So... Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to go up. Gosh, I don't know. I guess we have to send something. I guess we have to fix the communications array. Because I think we've already done everything else. So I think it's just communications array.
Deck 2.
Right, so that, let me just save this here. Okay. This is the communications thing, which I know about that. Alright, I'm gonna have... I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna have to, like, go out and actually manually fix it, which seems likely. But for the moment... Actually, do you have anything to say
Computer?
to me?
The main. No.
I'm done.
Access.
Alright, so... Might as well go to the bridge. Got the weapons base fixed.
Deck 1.
So... Okay. Cryo LS system. All right.
Hype Telecon system.
Okay.
Hype Telecon checklist, step 1. Manually reprogram all RC-09 battle drones
Yeah, I
to
did
be
that.
used with the Hype Telecon system. Use the arming console in each of the weapons bays to activate drones in storage.
I did that.
Program their onboard computers for telecon operation, load them on the launcher, and hand them off to the main computer.
Hang on a second,
The Hype
folks.
Telecon program is coded as 180 in the Armor Servo Mech data store.
right, sorry about that, folks. So, as I had warned everybody, we are moving next week and we're closing on houses, so that means that we've got stuff going on, so that's going to include faxing. And it would be good if he was about right behind my chair. You can sit on my lap if you want, baby. We have to stand up though, okay? Caitlin, honey, you can't be there, sweetie. Because I'm gonna roll into you. So anyway, yes, it is Good News Live, but it means that there's a lot of extra documents that have to be sent because nothing ever goes normally or perfectly with closing. So, you don't want to, okay? So that means that you're going to have to put up with folks being here and round and about for a while as we fax and send off some information. And I warned everyone that there might be some disruption, so I apologize ahead of time for that happening. Like I said, mission critical in the game, mission critical in real life. So, but yes. So, where was I? Let's see. All right, it's the Hype Telecom program.
Step 1 has been completed successfully.
Okay.
At least one drone is now available for telecom operation.
Oh no, our voice is down there, sweetheart.
With my voice.
That same voice right there. Yes, honey. You need to be near the mic to do that, honey.
Step 2. Initialize the Hype Telecon software, enter the release codes, and plug in the Telecon Man-Machine Interface, or Telecon MMI. You will recognize the Telecon MMI as a pair of outsized goggles with a cable terminating in a standard bus connector.
So the Telecon MMI. Fax, yeah, well, sometimes there are things that need to be done either with fax or with scanning. And you can't scan right now. No, this is the picture that we got right now, little boy. So, this is by the way, everyone should know my son, Mini Arv, but this is him. Can I say hi to everyone? Hi. Arv has grown his second head from his shoulder. No, this is my child. This is my second born. Okay. Plug in the Telecom Man-Machine Interface. Okay. So I need to find a pair of outsized goggles with a cable. Okay, I need to find Telecon
Enter Hype
MMI.
Telecon release code now. Step 2 has not been completed. That was an invalid release code. Hype Telecon system initialization terminated.
All right, so I need to plug in.
He described for my butt.
I need to figure out the goggles for this.
No goggles.
Goggles?
This goggles.
What are the goggles?
I have to find where they are.
A goggle? I said goggles. Daddy,
Yes.
I said goggles.
Yeah, so many Arvs. I know. The entire family practically now is assembled here, except for my mother-in-law.
Don't
Backup
go there.
tactical console.
I like it.
Okay, so I need to find goggles, which I do not possess. That's the fax, man. Hang on.
Hype Telecon System. Step 1 has been completed. Step 2. Initialize the Hype Telecon software, enter the release codes, and plug in the Telecon Man-Machine Interface, or Telecon M. Enter Hype. Step 2 has not been completed. That was an invalid release code. Hype Telecon System.
Deck 6.
Computer?
The main
Has...
no
I'm done.
access. Deck 5.
Computer? Has any...
No
I'm...
access. Deck 4.
Computer?
The main
Has...
no
I'm done.
Deck 3.
In 20, this time, the war
Test 1, 2. Oh, that's weird. It said that I wasn't muted, and I am. Thank you, Burner. It did not have, my thing did not have it on. That's weird. Okay, so I don't...
Go to season. Go to season. Go to season. Go to season. Selwyn. Go to Selwyn.
This stateroom is protected by the
Go to season Selwyn. Go to 7.
Go to 7?
Yeah, go to season 7.
Yeah, I must have not. I didn't realize that I was not audible.
So at the second, I think I put goggles in the 7.
You remember that I put the goggles in here?
In the 7.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I watched it.
Really? Even though this is the first time you've seen the game before?
Yeah, I watched it on my laptop.
You watched it on your laptop?
Mm,
What are you talking about? You don't have a laptop?
no, I think when my Nana Lisa bought my laptop,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows I put the goggles in 7. So maybe in 7. Maybe low goggles in 7. Season 7.
I think so.
This
huh?
stateroom is protected by.
Okay. What's up, Darth Sisu? Well, I hope that wasn't a reflection of what we were doing in here. One hopes. I already did that. I don't know where these goggles are. You are a silly little boy. You are a boy that is silly.
Yeah, I am so silly.
You are.
I'm fun. I'm not silly. Oh, you know some.
Deck
Yeah,
2.
there's no 7.
Go to
What are you talking about, live sewing? I'm always completely serious about all things.
you don't go to the elevator and go to E. Oh, I want to check what's in the E.
Go to E?
Season E.
Spares.
Goggles.
That's what I need is goggles, yeah.
Goggles. Say goggles. Look at me. Don't forget me. Hey, don't.
Yeah, no levity at all. Oh, okay, Darth. Eyepiece. A retinal scanner. How am I gonna...
That's kind of weird.
How am I gonna open that
Yeah.
safe?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that out of space. I think that out of space.
Maybe, wait. I have a high energy particle beam that I can use. Let's see. Can I? All right, let's see. Oh, I can't, huh? Oh, wait a minute.
Where to put the goggles?
I can't use a cutting torch to get in there? High energy particle beam, huh? I thought the cutting torch would do the job.
Uh-oh, how to get that goggles?
Oh, I wonder if... Yes! We got something, chat. Alright. Material is metallic alloy.
You got goggles.
That tool just won't cut it. Cute, Jedi. I see what you did there. I feel like this has got to be something.
Oh no, what's happening?
I was excited about what this could be, but now I don't know. Yeah, it is something. Well, more specifically, I thought that this was going to, what I was hoping is that this would reveal some image of the eyes that have been used in the retinal scanner, but it doesn't make any sense that it would do that. Something about that safe. What floor are we on? Deck 2? Okay, which means... Okay, I think this is Dahl. DC-22 is Dahl. D-A-H-L. D-A-H-L. Yeah. No, this is a Play-Doh fish that he has. D-H... Get our top men and women on it, yeah. Exactly. Okay, so Dahl. Who is DAHL? It's the medical officer. Well, I don't know. Medical officer. Where would the medical officer have a retinal scan? Still might not do anything even if I had that information. Yeah, it's non-toxic, but you still wouldn't want to enjoy it, you know. You wouldn't be too much about that. What?
Computer?
The main computer.
Any change?
No.
I'm...
Okay, so it's just like all the other computers. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say illogical, but it definitely is a little bit odd. Yep. Top left used to be the go-to, that is true. Okay, I already got in here. Let's see.
Sunny, can you help, please?
It's a rite of passage. It's very true.
This stateroom is protected.
I really don't know what the sequence is with this. Like, I think that's the captain's quarters, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have this. Oh, I might be able to get through to this now, although I don't know whether there's a reason to do that. Alright, what if I open the case using the cutting torch? Cutting torch is no help in opening the case. What about the multi-tool? The multi-tool is no help in opening the case. Oh, a keyhole! Aha! A circular slot is set at the base of the display case, next to the brass plaque. It looks like a keyhole. I wonder if the pilot on the cut... Oh, okay. Nice. So that doesn't do anything. What about the multi-tool? Can I use the multi-tool on the model? Aha! The thermal knife cuts through the tough plastic, and soon you've reduced the scale model of the Orlando to a collection of brittle shards. Inside the model, you find a metal key, an envelope, a small black egg-shaped transmitter, and a device you can't identify. Alright, well, let's look at that. Let's read the letter. To UN Commander, UNS Dharma, from James Poole. Your plan was to disable and then board the Lexington. There was always a high risk to me in that plan. If a firefight broke out inside the Lexington, I might easily be killed. If I do not survive the battle for Denham Kaido 6, please make sure that the attached letter makes its way to my brother David. David is currently living in a foster care facility in Boulder, Colorado, inside the United States. I know you can reach him. After all, you got to me with no problem at all. Okay, so this confirms it. We already thought that Poole was basically the guy who betrayed us, and it turns out that he betrayed the ship, and now we know why, so that confirms it. Dear David, if you are reading this, I am dead. It is unlikely the U.S. Navy told you the real story behind my death. I'm sure that they sent you one of their standard, very sorry to inform you killed in action hollows. Thanks. It would be easy to leave it at that, but I thought it was important for you to know the truth. The U.S. Navy would never admit that I actually helped the United Nations win a critical battle in space, one that may well decide the outcome of the war in favor of the UN. You were probably shocked by this. Why would I betray my country? Why would I go against the principles of the Alliance? How could I violate the solemn oath of honor and obedience that I swore when I joined the Navy? The answer is that I chose to betray my country in order to avoid betraying the entire human race. You know that Mom and Dad were killed in a lab accident when you were 3 years old and I was 12. What you don't know is that we were both there when it happened. I never told you about that day. It's time you knew what really transpired at the ERT lab, especially since the events there served as the catalyst that led to my eventual decision to help the UN. I was playing with you in the daycare center about 50 meters away from where Mom and Dad were working. I remember that an alarm went off and all the adults in the center rushed over to one of the flat-screen monitors on the wall. I went over to look at the cause of the commotion. A red light over the screen indicated that the signal was being piped across the complex from one of the internal labs. On the screen, I saw Mom standing over a broken hazmat containment vessel, looking up at the holocamera mounted inside the lab's quarantine area. She knew what was coming and looked scared. Dad was backed up against the lab door. He was saying something over and over, but the audio pickups weren't on and I couldn't read his lips. Mom had accidentally dropped a container filled with the results of their latest experiment, a batch of self-replicating micromachines designed to break down hazardous biological waste. The micromachines were tiny, almost submicroscopic in size. As the hazmat container broke on impact, the micromachines went into the air in Mom and Dad's lungs. When the micromachines encountered living lung tissue, they started to replicate and perform their assigned task. As I realized I didn't put that on. Thank you, Batoman. I forgot to put on the GOG alerts. Thank you very much for the Tier 1 sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Welcome back again to the DRM free community. Almost a year. Good stuff. I could only watch as the horror began. The adults watching with me were oblivious to my presence and didn't think to shield me from the images on the screen. First, Mom went down, clutching at her chest, coughing up pink froth as her lungs reddened from the inside. I remember the floor and the front of her lab coat being covered with a fine red speckled pattern. A few seconds later, Dad died clawing at the computer locked door, blood running out of his nose and mouth. Micro machines multiplied as they worked. Within a couple of minutes after Mom and Dad died, their bodies began to liquefy as the process of molecular disassembly accelerated. Finally, the chrononecrosis algorithms in the micro machines kicked in and they all self-terminated. Not much was left except for pools of reddish jelly. And so the elite ERT husband and wife research team died together. Mom and Dad had the best of intentions, yet they created a monster that killed them. Their monster also left 2 children behind, lost, confused, and without parents. When I think of... Thank you, Abjala. Welcome. Those were neat toys, that's true. When I think of Mom and Dad and of the thousands who died in the Alaska traffic control disaster, the millions who've been killed by the fruits of technology and war, and the hundreds of millions who have perished of cancer, poisoning, radiation, genetic damage, chronic environmental distress syndrome, and other maladies of the technological age, I know that the madness must stop. Human beings were never meant to exist in the artificial environments that we've created for ourselves. We were never meant to wield the terrible power that comes from technology, from nuclear fusion to nanotechnology. Over the long term, we cannot control the forces that we have unleashed. We will destroy ourselves. I have known since I was 16 the Alliance is bent on a course of self-annihilation. They will take down the rest of humanity when they go. The UN is the only hope for the future. That is why I agreed to work for the UN when I was still a struggling cadet at the Academy. The UN Espionage Network helped me to excel at my studies and then get on a career fast track that took me into the most sensitive areas of Alliance intelligence planning. The culmination of my service as UN agent is an operation that will change the course of the war. I informed the UN High Command about the details of Mission 161, a highly classified Alliance expedition to scout a potential alien presence on a world 68 light-years from Earth. I helped the UN plan an ambush for the ships in the expedition. I arranged for my assignment to the expedition in spite of my lack of training and experience as a combat officer. If everything went according to plan, the UN disabled and then boarded my ship and the science ship we were escorting. Yeah, not so much. That didn't happen, though. Instead, the U.S. ship blew itself up rather than be taken. The UN, well, the crew anyway, the U.S. now has control of what might be the most important discovery in human history. As insurance, the UN had me plant a bomb on board my ship, set to detonate within a few hours of the arrival in the Denham Kaido system, unless disarmed by the UN boarding party. This letter was left with the key needed to get at the bomb. Because you are reading this instead of hearing the news from me, I was most likely killed during the battle. You always thought that I was blinded by simple ambition. Now you know that I served a higher principle after all. So, this is a bomb. Also, we have some goggles. That's good. Key fits nearly into the slot next to the plaque. You turn the key gently once inserted and hear a satisfying click and then a humming sound. Transparent material surrounding the ship model retracts into the metal base. Actually, wait, let me save this first. Because I have to try to discontinue this. Actually, I better put that under Arvensure. Yeah, we have a bomb. We have a bomb, which is not so great. Thermal knife cuts the tough plastic. Soon you have reduced the scale model of the Lexington to a collection of brittle shards. Inside the model, you discover something made of metal, a cold steel cylinder a few centimeters long. Letters on the side of the cylinder spell out UN 392A S1 600 AM2 yield 1 kiloton. The AMT code is recognizable from briefings on United Nations weapons classification. This is a UN Class 2 antimatter bomb with the explosive power of 100 tons of TNT. Great. Great. That's great. Okay, well, we got the bomb. Just 1 kiloton. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, 2 lenses make it look like a set of binoculars. That will let us hook into the bridge thing. About 5 centimeters long. An antenna extends from the small end of the egg. You can see a tiny speaker grill and a cluster of controls on the otherwise smooth surface of the device. Transmitters making very quiet humming and chattering sounds. Let's listen to it.
Scramble Blue. Attention Sword. Codename Damocles. Authentication Echo 2 Alpha 3 5. Transmitting at 22.59er with a periodic low-power NGCS burst. This is James Poole on the USS Lexington. Message follows. Per the last transmission from Dharma, I armed the bomb this morning before the officer's briefing, when I had the room to myself. If you intend to board the Lexington, you will need to disarm the bomb immediately upon arrival. The timer has been set according to instructions. Pull out. Message repeats.
Great. Great. That's great. No, 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 no. I don't want to turn it off.
Scramble blue. Attention sword. Codename Damocles. Authentication Echo 2 Alpha 3 5.
Okay.
Transmitting at 22.59er with a periodic low-power NGCS burst. This is James Poole on the USS Lexington. Message.
Okay. So we need to disarm this thing or just send it out there. So I think what I need to try to do... Oh. That is incorrect. Sorry about that. That is completely inaccurate. Give me just a second here. I will get that addressed. Okay, let's see. We have next coming. Let's see. So... yeah. Give me just a second. I'll address that. I switched the next, but I didn't switch the time. Let's see. So... that should be... okay. Now it should be right. Now that should be correct. Okay. Okay. Lovely. So what I need to figure out now... yeah, previous. So now what I need to figure out is... I see these things with the goggles. That's going to help with the bridge thing, but I got to get this bomb off the ship. So I don't know how to... how am I going to disarm this bomb? How do you disarm bombs, chat? It's an antimatter bomb. I'm guessing I'm assuming I could just put it into the bay. No, no, no. Yeah, that's right. So if I go down to the... okay. So, let's see. We have the weapons bay. Then we have deck 6. Let's go down to deck 6. Adult version of Putt-Putt? How does this remind you of an adult version of Putt-Putt?
Deck 6.
That is a new one. That comparison. Does it matter? Yes. It's an excellent question. Okay. So, if I put... okay, so let's use the controls. Let's open the door. Okay. Antimatter bomb activated doors. I'm trying to put the antimatter bomb... really? I'm trying to put the antimatter bomb here. This is the key needed to get at the bomb. So, but it doesn't show anything about deactivating the bomb. It just shows you how to get at the bomb. I don't either, Animal. I agree. I mean, I guess I could put on the suit and then, like, I don't know, go outside or something? Oh, wait. No, shoot. What's up, Lone Wolf? Alright. How about this? What if I put on... Okay. Oh. I would need an accident. Okay. Okay, so I would need the suit. I would need an oxygen supply for the suit, which I don't yet have. Okay. The reason... Okay, and I need to figure out what to do with this antimatter bomb. Is basically what this comes down to. So... My thought was maybe I could leave, do a spacewalk, and like, because what I want to do is toss the antimatter bomb out there in the world, but in the space, but I can't do that. So, Hey, what's up, Illness? So we have a few things we have to do, chat. We have to figure out this communications array. Okay, for right now, I really hope that I have not, that this bomb is not going to blow up on me. I mean, I don't know how long I have. This is the problem. But I have the goggles now that are necessary to use the thing on the bridge. I guess, so there's that.
Deck 2.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Go away. Go away. I have an idea. Okay. I need to find... Shoot. Okay, wait. I need to find that thing that has the safe with a retinal scanner. But I don't remember where it was. I think it was the medical officer, though. Michael Dahl. And that's here, actually. So... Wrong way, though. Yes, it is. Okay, now. So now what we do is we use the scanner. We analyze the eyepiece with the scanner. Okay. Orange and purple and green. Oh my. Okay, so it's not that one. It's not that one. Marvel Quarry. That's not it. High Mirror. That's not it. Jewel True. No. Miracle Dark. Aha, okay. Clicks, you'll still need to open the safe door to see what is inside. Wow, what is all this? We got a hypo, we got an ampoule. Heavy cable with connectors on both ends, okay. What the heck is this? Bulky headset that resembles the old head-mounted devices that used to be synonymous with virtual reality. Somehow you suspect the bulkier has more to do with state-of-the-art abonic and neural interfaces rather than primitive silicon-based electronics. Alright. What is this? Standard medical hypo. Appears to be a glass ampule containing an amber liquid. Can see a faint legend on the side of the ampoule. The lettering spells out hype serum 18 milliliters. Okay. Red folder bearing a prominent top secret stamp. Inside you can see a pile of fax print documents. Pile of fax print documents? Okay. Hype Telecon System Documentation. Executive Summary. The TX Hype Telecon system provides for real-time human control of battle drones during ship-to-ship combat. The system consists of new software for the drones and the ship's main computer, a direct neural interface between the main computer and the system operator, and a mutagenic serum to be ingested by the operator. This serum, known as Hype, facilitates interaction with the computer software and increases the speed of thought processing in the operator's cerebral cortex. Gives a whole new meaning to get hyped. The Hype mutagenic serum is the key to the system. Hype has 4 basic ingredients. 1 second, chat. Micro machines. Live Suing's favorite. A series of highly specialized molecular micromachines is responsible for making physical changes in the brain structure. Once inside the host, the micromachines replicate themselves using materials found in the body. When a critical mass of several million individual units has been reached, the micromachines will begin their assigned construction and alteration tasks inside the brain. The micromachines perform most of the work associated with preparing the operator's brain for interface with the main computer. Once the necessary changes to organic brain structures have been made, the micromachines themselves become key components of the new neural pathways necessary for Hype Telecon operation. Their last independent action is to join together in chains and link their computing elements to provide critical ultra-high-speed electronic pathways for selected brain functions. But my impression was they were doing experimental research to get to this point. Viruses. The Terex A, Case J, Cat3, and Coma C viruses have been engineered to change the behavior of neurons in the brain by physically changing the cell structures and simultaneously rewriting their DNA. New DNA is transferred to all cell mitochondria via xRNA or mRNA. These viruses are benign. Hello, Money Mike. Viruses are benign in that cell reproduction machinery is altered to create more viruses without destroying the host cells. Neurochemicals. Building blocks for the work of the micro-machines and viruses include combinations of neurochemicals which are not in great abundance in non-essential parts of the brain, a supply, or MBA. A supply of the needed substances is included with the Hype serum. Okay. The other 3 Hype components are suspended in a mixture of glucose and Texone. Hype Telecon system as it stands, Rev 6, has never been tested in combat and has severe operational limitations. The first and most critical limitation is the side effect of Hype on the system operator. The modifications made to the operator's brain by the mutagenic serum begin to decay within 7 to 10 days after ingestion. Unfortunately, the end result is the death of the operator. Great. Same, Money. I hope you're having a good time, too. I hope you're having a good day today. In spite of the limitations, the Hype Telecon system has shown so much promise in simulations and tests that it's been deployed in a limited number of... Oh my goodness! A gift sub to GogCom's community. Thank you, Money Mike, for gifting a sub to Mr. Slate42. Thank you, Money Mike. I appreciate that, man. And welcome, Mr. Slate, to the crew. Welcome to the DRM free community. Thank you, Money Mike. Thank you, thank you. The system is a force multiplier of the highest order and has the potential to increase the combat. Oh my goodness! They have also gifted a Tier 1 sub to Dragon Spear. Dragon Spear is now part of the DRM free community officially. Thank you very much, Money Mike, and hello, Comet Tails. Welcome. Has potential to increase the combat effectiveness of a fighting ship by a factor of 5. Over the long run, the Hype Telecon system may be the only way to overcome the material superiority of UN forces. The Hype Telecon system had its origins in a University of Singapore research project known as Catalyst. Thank you for the Tier 1 sub gift to the Comet Tails as well. Wow, Money Mike. Thank you for all the gift subs, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. And welcome Comet Tales, too. So we have got Mr. Slate and Dragon Spear and Comet Tales are all part of the mix. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the group, and thank you, Money Mike, for doing that. I appreciate that. Okay. Catalyst. Catalyst was an attempt to simultaneously augment human brain function and provide a direct neural interface with a computer system. Oh, well, we do our best, but I appreciate that. And the sub at tier 1. Multiple subs! Thanks, Money Mike. Thank you. Yeah, we do what we can here. We do what we can. Right now, we are in the midst of trying to figure out an adventure game from the 90s called Mission Critical, which is really awesome and interesting. But anyway, so let's see. Catalyst augment human brain function to provide a direct neural interface with a computer system. Dr. Alan Pajo of the University of Singapore launched Catalyst in 2110. Dr. Pajo subscribed to the Enhanced Human School of Evolutionary Dynamics. According to the Enhanced Human School, the next step in the evolution of sentience is the enhancement of human beings by technological means, as opposed to the Electronic Life Form School, which believes the next step in evolution is an entirely new form of intelligence. Dr. Pajo worked with a team of nanotech engineers, molecular biologists, genetic engineers, cyberneticists, and optoelectronic engineers to develop the essential technology for brain augmentation and direct neural interface. It really is cool. I actually have the original of this, which I played many, many years ago, and was always really impressed with the story and the design of the game. And so I've been having a chance to kind of go down memory lane again while also introducing this community to this game, which I always thought was really impressive. It's definitely, I think, has measured up. It's got some of the adventure game logic that some of these games have, but not too bad. The work was proceeding apace when funding of Catalyst was threatened by the continuing hostilities between the Alliance and the UN. It is last century. Dr. Pajo saw the military applications of Catalyst soon after the Catalyst budget was cut for the 4th year in a row by the University of Singapore administration. Dr. Pajo joined Teradyne Corporation and proposed an expansion of the Catalyst project for military use. What could go wrong? A series of research and development contracts totaling $2.7 billion were awarded to Teradyne Corporation by the U.S. Navy over a period of 15 years. The Hype Telecon system is the result of this work and the 10 years' worth of concentrated research that preceded it. Problem, though, is hype. Interesting. Okay, so we have this stuff, which we're definitely not going to be giving now. This, I think, is going to let us connect. Can I do that to... Okay, so now we got the cable and the headset. The question is, where does the headset connect to? Oh, it's the game is Mission Critical. Yeah, the premise is that you're you were a crewman on a ship, you're not like a nothing crewman, but you're like not one of the higher ups or whatever, and you're on this ship called the U.S. and basically in the future the UN, which is anti-technology, and the U.S., which is pro-technology, are at war, and the U.S. ship was going to do some top secret mission, and it gets ambushed by a UN ship. And so the captain decides he brings basically his entire crew over to the UN ship and then detonates a bomb on the shuttle, thus blowing up the UN ship and himself and the crew. But he leaves one person behind, which is us, and leaves a note basically saying, it's up to you, you have to finish our mission. So the UN ship is destroyed. So when we first woke up, we had to fix a hull breach before the floor depressurized, the level depressurized. Then we had to go down, get a Geiger counter so we could safely go through the radiation areas to get down to engineering to fix the coolant because the engine was about to blow up and go supercritical, and we did that. Then we came back up here, gathered more information, and found out that the reason the UN knew where the US ship was because they were betrayed by this guy who had seen his parents killed in this terrible experiment from some years ago, and so had decided to work for the UN in secret, like a secret agent, and he planted a bomb on the ship. We have that bomb. We need to get rid of the bomb or disarm it somehow, and then we need to get the communications array going, and yeah. And I think that's all I know about it to this point. So it's kind of sick. Well, yeah, I'm sure that they're anti-technology, but they're as pro-technology as they possibly can be, I guess, right? And I mean the other way around. They're anti-technology as much as they possibly can be, is what I would say, right? Okay, so we did that. Can I now connect to communications? Okay. Yeah. Old school. Mid-90s. It's mid-90s. And by the time you get to the end of this game, so at the beginning of the game, it's just like, you're the only one left. You have to stop the ship from blowing up, basically, right? But then as you've done that, it gets more and more wild. And the end of the game, as I recall it, was one of the most startling endings I've ever had in a video game. Now, admittedly, that's from like 95, okay? So you've got to put that through the lens of, 25 years ago, basically, 25 to 26 years ago. But at the time that I played it, I was super impressed with the story, to the extent that that matters. Okay, so I put the headset on. That's great, but that doesn't actually do anything for me. This guy was a medical guy, so that suggests that if I go down to the medical bay, I might be able to use this on something. The problem is I don't know where the medical bay is. It's not that. I know. Well, it's true. It's funny to think about the fact that a lot of this stuff is, that's what science fiction does, right? Nothing actually... Science fiction is among the most dated genre in a way that exists, the most subject to being dated, because it predicts stuff that could be possible when the technology catches up most of the time, and eventually the technology will catch up. You know what I mean? But yeah, very advanced. Oh yeah. Like a lot of the things that it's doing in terms of like what it was looking at. It's also, now admittedly, some of this is GOG has done some good work on getting this ready to go for a modern computer, but also this is pretty crisp and like, pretty well put together. Okay. Okay, not the bridge. Maybe the bridge? Let's take it to the bridge. Yeah.
Deck 1.
Bob Lazar. All right. Yeah, so it's like... It really, It's, it's what you want, right? It's a game that makes you think. Okay. So over here is where I was using this, like, tactical console thing.
Hype Telecon System Initialization Checklist Revision 3.1. Step 1 has been completed successfully.
Okay.
At least one drone is now available for telecon operation.
Right.
Step 2. Initialize the Hype Telecon software, enter the release codes, and plug in the Telecon Man-Machine Interface, or Telecon MMI. You will recognize the Telecon MMI as a pair of outsized goggles with a cable terminating in a standard bus connector.
Which is what I think we're wearing.
Enter Hype Telecon release code now. Step 2 has...
So I still don't have this release code. I still don't have this release code. That name sounds familiar to me, Money, but I'm going to have to look it up. I actually don't know. I'm going to have to look it up. It's familiar to me. When you were born in 97? Making me feel old. I was born in 72, so I got some years on you. Oh, man. Let's see. Consoles. Backup nav map. Data line interlocks? Don't touch. Okay. Great. Use those? Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Great. Yeah. Well, I work with young people worked with young people most of my life, which is a good thing. Whoa, master caution. What does that mean? Master caution indicator for major ship systems. Supposed to provide an overall warning that something is wrong and prompt review of specific ship problems. This is a vestigial safeguard dating back to the master caution lights in aircraft of old and has little real utility. Set of emergency reaction control system thrusters. Alright, so this is all stuff that... Okay. So it's not the bridge. There's got to be something... Dragon. That's something... Okay. I need to find the medical bay, because that guy... where we found the safe with all this stuff was... that guy's supposed to be the medical. So, what I need to do is go down and find the medical bay. The problem is I don't remember where the medical bay is. It's not on floor 2, and it's not on the bridge. So let's try floor 3. Let's try 3. We know it's not the bridge and it's not level 2. So let's try 3.
Deck 3.
Okay, that's the VR system, but... No, this is not right. I need the medical bay. Alright, so it's not 3 then, because that's just crew quarters down there. So let's go with 4. Elon Musk created it. Well, remember, I mean, a lot of this stuff is just sort of an understanding of basic human nature, right? To this day, you will find people that will have objections to technology versus not technology, and that's a battle that's been going on for a long time, and it's been part of science fiction for a long time as well, people talking about that. So in a way, there's nothing that, you know, shocking in a way about it if you think about it in those terms, you know. No. Okay, these are all crew quarters. Okay, this is not it then. So let's try deck 5 then. Because I remember basically what the med bay looked like. I just need to get to it. Deck 5. Yeah, I've heard that thing about the simulation. That's picking up a lot of steam in terms of people who are interested in talking about that sort of thing. Okay, this I think is right. That's the med bay. Okay, now, what do we do though? Cute. Headset-driven technology may be just around the corner. Monitor, reference system, wall display, medical officer. I don't understand what that means. Yeah, you know, I actually was on a panel some years ago. I was on a panel about the singularity, which is, you know, it's come up in different ways, but one of the people who's famous for it is Werner Vinge. That is, hold on a second. Okay. Who, and I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if actually if it's Vinge or Vinge. But anyway, who talks about this thing called the singularity, which is that we will create something, we will create technology that will outstrip our ability to control or understand it, right? And so, and I was me, and there's actually a connection to this very game that I'll talk about in a minute. So, there was me and a guy named Peter Watts, who was a very well-known guy who wrote some pretty big stories that people may or may not be familiar with, and some others, and so we were talking about the singularity. And one thing that was the case, actually, let me find about this here. Let me find this. I am a college professor and an author, Money Mike, so I write fantasy and a little bit of science fiction here and there, and I teach fantasy and science fiction. So that's why my interest. Right. So Peter Watts, who's a Canadian science fiction author, and in case you are wondering about him, he is So he wrote he wrote Blind Sight, which you may or may not be familiar with, and has done a bunch of these things similarly. Blind Sight, let's see, Ecropraxia. He ended up also doing a bunch of short stories and things like that. He won something called The Things, which is based a little bit on The Thing. You might be familiar with that story. So anyway, that was Peter Watts, and he's well known for being a guy who doesn't... He is a little prickly. Let's put it that way. Thank you, Money Mike. He's a little prickly. So we were on the panel talking about it, and other people in the panel, including me, were like, well, so there's this thing about maybe thinking about this. And he was like, well, that's not the singularity. That's not what it means. And so someone else would be like, this. And he's like, well, that's not what it is either. That's not the singularity. And so now this is all the way back in 2009. This is actually one of my first conferences that I ever went to as an author. And, Peter Watts is kind of legendary in the community, and I clearly in 2009 am not, right? And so I don't want to cause any problems, but I'm thinking to myself, like, my dude, the singularity has to be something, right? You can't just be like, well, it's this. No, it's not that. No, it's not that. Okay, well, then what is it? And this is usually the problem that I find with people who try to talk about the singularity, is that everyone thinks they know basically what it is, and then they start describing it and it all kind of falls apart. It's unlikely that we're going to create one thing which will by itself go and do all these things to us on its own. We can certainly create weapons that could do terrible devastation to us. Nuclear weapons are a good example, controlled by humans. But the idea that we're going to build a robot and then that AI is going to do X, Y, Z for a variety of reasons is not likely. Doesn't mean impossible, but not likely. And so the singularity is sort of hard to nail down. It's something which sounds better, I think, in practice than it does in actual execution. But I'm not going to claim to be an expert on it. The point was, Peter Watts was just like, no, this is what it is, right? So we go through all of those. Yeah. Good writer, for sure, Dunsel. So we go through all of that, and then when we're done with the panel, one of the other people who was on the panel with me is an author named Paul Chafe, also, I believe, Canadian. Why is that important? Because Paul Chafe, as it turned out, wrote the novelization of this game. So there was a novel of Mission Critical, which was published, a tie-in novel. He wrote this game's novel, and he was on that same panel with me. And he was like, I was like, oh, this reminds me, we had a lot of discussions about, like, Mission Critical. And he was like, oh, it's a great game. I actually wrote the novel for that. And I was like, what? Yeah, it all comes back. So it was so funny. So yeah, these things are connected, which of course lends credence to the idea, as we said, that maybe this is all a simulation, right? But it was pretty funny. Okay. What is not so funny is the fact that I still don't know how to get rid of the bomb, and I still don't know what to do with all this stuff that I have. I mean, I'm not going to inject myself with this stuff because I'll be dead in 10 days. This stuff, I can't really go out and do anything with it yet. Maybe I don't know what else has to be done with it. I've already activated the weapons bay. Source code? Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure, thank you. Next I'll say I met Tolkien. Hey, what's up, Infinity Simplex? No, did not meet Professor Tolkien. He actually died the year after I was born. He died in 1973. I was born in 72. It's too bad. He is, he and Shakespeare are my favorite authors, and those books are very important to me, as Dragonspear knows, and I would have loved to have met him. Roko's Basilisk. I don't even know what that is. I do not do online classes. However, on my own channel, I talk about this stuff quite a bit. Not this particular stuff, but narrative and stuff like that. Of course, I do that on this as well, this channel as well, Gawcom. And and I also have a YouTube channel where things like this have been discussed before. So if this interests you, definitely feel free to follow in any of those places. Yeah, exactly. Singularity is where we stop using plural things for anything. So yes, but it's not going to show. That's not going to show on this channel, Money Mike. But if you go over to my channel and you follow over there, I have like a series of commands over there that you can get into my Discord and so forth, like that. Thank you, all of you. The plurality. Whoops, no, I don't want to quit. I'm kind of stuck here, chat. I mean, okay, here's what we got on the table, right? we have a communications array that we have to fix. We don't know how to get to that yet to fix it. We have a bomb that we've got to defuse. I don't have the faintest idea how to do that. Yes, Christopher Tolkien died last year, I know. He was a hugely important figure, too, for the Tolkien estate. Oh, interesting, Nordner. That's interesting. I have not known about that. Yes, it's on my About page. If you just go into that channel and in the chat there, you know, in the chat window on my channel, if you just type, there's always a bot there. So if you just type in, like, I think it's !ARVCord, it'll show you the link to go to Discord. And as far as why you can't cheer on GOG.com, I don't know. That's above my pay grade for the channel. I don't know. But yes. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, we got that. We've got the bomb that we've got to defuse. We got to fix the communications array, and then it keeps telling us that we have to like input these access codes to do the next hype telecon thing. Although I don't know why we're doing that. Then we have this letter, so we know who did all this in the first place. We have a vacuum suit, but we don't have an oxygen supply for the vacuum suit. I don't know what the hell this is. I'm assuming this thing is connected to the use of these things, like the hypo and the ampoule, but I really would prefer not to use that because, you know. We have the multi-tool, which we've already used twice. This transmitter says that we have to disarm the bomb soon. This thing is like a little retina scan thing. Cutting torch. I don't know what the cutting torch is supposed to do. Falcon's note was just giving us the thing for that. So I am like, I'm kind of stuck actually. I don't really know where to go from here. I don't like that I'm carrying around a kiloton bomb, that's for sure. I mean, the bridge has got that thing with the weapons systems, and again, I don't think I can do that yet. Deck 2 is where our quarters were. I don't think there's anything else with Deck 2, unless I can somehow get in and, like, I don't know, use the cutting torch to cut through some stuff or whatever, but I don't know, that's Deck 2. Deck 3 is where the VR system is. But I don't know that there's anything, the VR system has anything else to do with it. There is a thing that makes like drinks. Maybe there's like an oxygen tank connected to the drink thing, and that could give me an oxygen supply to put on my vacuum suit. I don't know, I guess I could try that. Deck 4 is where, Deck 2 is also where the communications room is, but I don't know what else to do with that. Deck 4 is where the medical bay is. That's where we are right now, I think. Right? Oh no, we were on Deck 5. It was Deck 4 then.
Deck 4.
Aw, that's nice of you. Thank you, Money Mike. Quick, to the game guide. Oh, I hate to do that, Dunsel. I hate to do that. I appreciate that, Money Mike. Well, I'll say this. There are a lot of wonderful streamers that I have run into, including many of them on this very channel, on GOG.com, and there are a lot of great streamers, and there are a lot of other thoughtful people that are out there in Twitch. The thing with Twitch is that it's such a big ecosystem that there are a lot of people who do have thoughtful conversations like this that I've been a part of. But yeah, I mean, you know, I definitely am not I'm not the typical Fortnite streamer, I guess. But for example, Kilgore Trout, who is on this channel, is also is a musician and a officer and a gentleman, also Canadian, so you know he must be a good guy, obviously. I am not Canadian. I just have this general belief that Canadians are better people than Americans, you know, that's all. Than U.S. citizens, I should say. Anyway, so Kilgore is a cool dude and is not maybe what you would think of as the standard streamer because of his background and so on, and yet knows a ton about games and everything else. There's Pantsless Aaron, who is a true legend in the field. Hey, Pantsless Aaron! Well, thanks, Money. I appreciate it, man, for stopping by. I appreciate that very much. And, yeah, and definitely keep up the grind. Keep it up, you know, and as long as you're having fun while you're doing it. Don't do it just to do it. Do it because it's also enjoyable while you're doing it. I am not one of them. I'm dumb. This is untrue. Pantsless Aaron is not a dumb individual. It is a VR. It looks like a VR helmet, but the thing is, like, it's a bulky headset. Used to be synonymous with virtual reality. State-of-the-art obonic and neural interfaces. Thank you. Oh my goodness. More gift subs. Good lord. A gift tier sub to Akachi. Gave a tier 1 sub to Sorrel the Soul, Kaeldar, Paraffin, and Rantavan. Thank you, Money Mike. That's very kind of you. Thank you for all the gift subs. That's like 8 gift subs you gave today. Holy cow. Thank you, Money Mike. I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that for GogCom on GogCom's behalf. And what's up, Mr. Steel Rose? And Nonstop is subscribed for 51 months. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, Dunsel, I don't think this is VR actually. I think because I found this in the same place, I think this is supposed to connect with this so that someone can use this to basically ward off UN ships. I think that's basically what we're talking about. But, yeah. Exactly. And the only thing I can think of is to use the cutting torch on... What do I use the cutting torch on, though? I don't... Here, let me try saving it. Hey, what's up, Orgaret? Oh, I'm glad, Mr. Steel Rose. I apologize. In no way was I making a comment about... But listen, you know what I'm saying, though. If you're looking at, like, popularity, and in terms of, you know... I mean, because I'm trying to think of an example of a game that I won't get in trouble by comparing it to. Oh, man. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that it did. I'm glad you're into all games. No, I will gladly, you know, I apologize for any potential offense given on the basis of Fortnite. You know, or like, see, I don't want to say Minecraft because although Minecraft has somewhat of a younger crowd with like a streamer group, you know, Minecraft has a lot of awesome, you know, people involved with that too. So, Fork Knife. Yes, exactly. Thank you again for the gift sub to Live Suing. And Live is a very good person, totally deserves that. Okay, so I don't know what to do with this. Access code, I mean, maybe the bridge? So, I said that I could go and use the, I don't think it's the cutting torch. Engineering we already took care of. I guess bridge? Yes.
Deck 1.
Thank you very much, Money Mike. Appreciate that. Ah. I don't know what the point of this is. LS Alpha controls, sensor display screen, computer terminal.
Computer?
The main computer is down.
Has any...
No change.
I'm done.
Access.
The only other thing that activates anything is... this tactical console.
Hype Telecon system in Step 1 has been Step 2. Initialize the Hype Telecon software. Enter the release codes and plug in the Telecon Man-Machine Interface, or Telecon MMI. You will recognize the Telecon MMI as a pair of outsized goggles with a cable terminating in a standard bus connector.
My guess is that that's what this is. I think that's what this headset is, but I don't know what the release codes are.
Enter Hype Telecon release code now. Step 2 has not been completed.
Man. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I on behalf of GOG, thank you, and on behalf of this channel, and yeah, thanks, man. Hopefully, you'll have a chance to stop by some of our individual places if you get a chance, and definitely let people know. You know, I know that you got the stream going on, so I can't tell you to talk about it very much since this isn't since I only stream as one of the stream team members, if you were on my channel, I'd say go nuts and put all your stuff out there, but definitely have people follow you and hopefully check out what it is you're doing. Damn it. Okay, sounds good. Will do. I appreciate it, Money. Thank you again for stopping by and for all the love. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. The nav comp. Nope, nope, nope. Supplemental nav comp. Man, I don't know. Whoops. I do not know now. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Well, I appreciate that very much. And yeah, definitely don't be a stranger, and thank you for keeping...
Please report to a computer terminal immediately.
Whoa, what? For the good vibes.
Computer?
The main computer...
Has any...
No change.
I'm done.
Access term...
It just said report to a computer immediately. I reported to a computer. Computer.
Computer?
Has no...
I'm done.
Access...
Why did it just say report to a computer? I did. I reported. What's up, Geister? I haven't seen you for a little while. Good to see you. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool, though. I appreciate it, man. Oh, creme brulee. Creme brulee is good. Creme brulee is quite good. Shoot, I am not sure what I'm doing here. I mean, okay, let me go through this one by one. We took care of engineering. That was the, we got the coolant fix, so that's done. We took care of the reactor space. Oh my god! I'm suddenly here playing Paranoia. I know, Dunsel, right? The computer is your friend. Thank you so much for the gift sub. 10 subs, man. That is crazy talk. Thank you. Thank you, Money Mike, again. Thank you, and Wilgaret, who's a longtime member of the community as well. Enjoy your gift sub. Thank you, Money Mike. I appreciate that. So yeah, like, this... Like, okay, so engineering, I've already done. Reactor spaces is, first of all, filled with radiation, and secondly, I already used it to get down to engineering, so that's done. The weapons bay was just to get the drones online, and I've already done that, as far as I know. I guess I can go back to the weapons bay and see if anything is accessible. But then other than that, the only other thing I can do is think to go back to, like, Deck 6, which is where I think there's the bay that leads to, like, the shuttles and stuff like that. So I am just not sure.
Weapons bays.
Okay, this is already done. I did this. See, all drones have been loaded and handed off, which is basically it telling me that I don't have anything else to do here. Whoops. Okay, that's been handed off, so it's not that. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for the good vibes, and thanks for all the gift subs and the generosity, Money Mike. I appreciate it. You have a good day, sir. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. All drones have been loaded and handed off. Alright, so I've done all the stuff. Alright, so it's not the weapons bay. We know that now. It's not that. I mean, it's got to be one of these decks. And I don't know which way to go. I mean, I guess we'll try deck 6.
Deck 6.
Yeah, this game is so awesome. Aaron, this game is sweet. I just can't. I've got to a point where I'm like, what am I doing? Okay, that's where I got the suit. And then we've got this right here. Transmitting homing sequence. Okay. Let me depressurize that. And then open the door. Oh, well, let me know if you can find it. If you just, like I said, if you just go to the chat, and Wogaret is gifting a sub, paying forward the gift. Gifted a sub to Barmick. Thank you, Wogaret. See, gift to gift. Yeah, just like I say, if you go onto my chat and you type in my chat, not this channel's chat, but if you go into my chat and do !ARVCord, that will pull up the link that will allow you to join the Discord, my Discord. Okay, so I've got that. The homing beacon shuts itself down as you leave the console. Well, what the flip, man? Wait, I have to close the door first. Okay. Now pressurize. And see, then you can open this door. Whoops. You can open the door, but there's nothing out here. No, don't want to quit. I can't get to that. It's just the shuttle bay. There's the bay doors. So, I mean... Hey, what's up, Darksaber? So, I don't know. Like, I don't have... So, it can't be this. Then we have this. I don't think... I mean, I think I looked at everything in here. So, it's not this. Can I use... No. I don't want to use the multi-tool on that. It's a good way to get blown up. So it's not that. I already got what I needed, which was the multi-tool. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Money Mike. I'll check that later on. I appreciate it. Thanks, Money Mike. Have a good one. Thanks again for the generosity. I appreciate it. Right, okay. Okay. Oh, shoot. Darn it. Ah. Right, okay. So, deck 6. So we... I don't think it can be the bridge either. I think it's basically 4 decks. 5, 4, 3, or 2. I just don't know what... I don't know what I'm...
Deck 5.
Oh, wait a minute. Ho ho ho. Yes. I forgot about that. Okay. I don't know what this is going to lead us, but progress. Some kind of progress.
Combo on this door because I was afraid one of you might come in and mess with the main computer. Please see me if you think you need to get in here. できるものならやってみろ.
Yep. 3.14. Wait.
Access to...
Yeah. Access denied. What is it? What pi is 3.14 what? What's the next digit? Does anybody know? It's 3.14 what?
I'll put the
3.14 what? I literally just got 3 answers. It's 1, 4.
Access granted.
Yay! Thank you. What is this? This is the heart of the Lexington's main computer system. Thank you. You are surrounded by banks of Turing cores, powerful processors that use light and quantum effects to manipulate and store information. Each bank of Turing cores has more processing power than all of the computers on Earth in the year 2000. In the year 2000. Okay. Dang, well, let's see what we can see. 2 more days. Well, 12 more days, right? Okay, main data core is overloaded by enemy energy pulse. Transfer to secondary cores failed. General system failure. Autonomic functions delegated to system nodes. Manually transfer to secondary cores and reinitialize system. Okay. Thank you, Craig from Jersey, for the follow on mine. 3.142. It's both 1 and 2. That's interesting. Maybe it's different for, I don't know. Main computer is well and truly locked up, hung, frozen, crashed down, wedged, hosed, gronked, hammered, fried, forked, nut to lunch. Hideki often said that if you have no idea what caused a catastrophic failure in a sophisticated, highly complex mission's critical computer system, the best thing to do is to turn it off and then on again, see if the problem goes away. All right. A row of rocker switches is set into a panel just under a collection of blinking red and white lights. Switches look important. Each one has a set of plastic ridges around the edges to prevent accidental activation. Appears to be a slot or port of some kind. All right. Aha, post-it note. This button is for system-wide cold boot. Serious shit. Don't touch this without the CO's permission. Okay. Press it. You flip the last switch in the row of 5. This is indeed the system reset switch and causes the main computer system to cold boot. The system reinitializes, automatically switching to its secondary cores when its primary cores don't respond. The only evidence you see of what must be furious activity is a slight change in the glow of the Turing cores. When the screen is finally back online, the screen in front of you fades to black. After a few seconds, Tran's familiar face fills the screen and her final log entry begins to play.
Congratulations. You got the central computer system back online. Now you must figure out a way to get the communication systems back in working order. The tachyon beam transmitter is a large parabolic dish on the outside of the hull. The control systems for that dish have been rendered inoperative. You must figure out how to get the targeting and control mechanism for the dish working again. Once the system is up, override the looping distress call by entering the following code. MELISSA, Melissa. Then ask the central computer to run the IPS program and use it to align the dish on the tachyon relay beacon sitting near the jump point in this star system. You will have to establish a relay connection through a web of jump points to reach any bases or ships. You will need to talk to the Alliance base on Erebus. They will explain the Lexington's mission and can help you finish that mission in real time. I've done everything I can. Good luck. Tran out.
Okay. So, we need to get the communication system.
Yes.
Are you now tied into all the nodes across the ship?
Are you now tied into all the nodes across the ship?
Yes, I have access to all of the ship's systems.
Give me access to subsystems, please. please.
What systems?
Communications.
What do you wish to know?
Thank you, Flashfire.
General system status report, please.
The Tachyon communication system is inoperative due to a failure in one of the external subsystems. All other communication systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
All right, so I've got to fix that. What's wrong with the TCS?
What is wrong with the TCS?
2 optoelectronic modules in the system bus of the TCS transceiver targeting and control mechanism were fused by an enemy energy pulse. The affected modules were responsible for managing the interface between the computer systems on the ship and the servo actuators that are used to physically align the transceiver with the tachyon relay beacon and track the beacon once locked on.
They're broken. Yeah.
Say that again, in English.
Delicate motors are used to move the TCS dish on the hull of the ship into position so that it can talk to the tachyon relay beacon near the jump point in this star system. As the Lexington travels around Persephone, the motors are supposed to move the TCS dish so that it remains pointed at the beacon. 2 vital optoelectronic modules in the dish control system have been damaged.
Okay.
The TCS dish is frozen in a useless position as a result. These modules need to be replaced in order for the communication system to work.
All right, so I have to fix those modules.
Aren't there backup systems?
There is no online backup system for the TCS dish. There are spares for all TCS subsystems in storage. Repairs are possible even in the case of a direct hit on the TCS dish.
Okay, storage. Which modules are damaged?
Which modules are damaged?
The standard module ID codes for the inoperative modules are EC2001 and EC2010.
I think I have one of those already.
Where are the damaged modules located?
The system bus for the TCS dish is located behind an access panel on the base of the dish antenna structure.
Guess who's gonna have to go do a spacewalk, chat?
Where's the dish located?
It is mounted on the outside of the habitat module of the Lexington. It is forward and to port from the shuttle bay airlock.
Does that mean I need to go outside to fix the system?
Yes. You will need to don an EVA suit, depressurize the shuttle bay, open the shuttle bay external doors, and travel along the hull until you reach the dish.
No problem.
Is there any way to repair the damage without leaving the inside of the ship?
No.
No.
Where can I find replacement EC2001 and EC2010 modules?
There should be spare EC2001 and EC2010 modules in the secure storage area on Deck 2.
Secure storage on Deck 2. Okay, there aren't any air tanks to go with the
There aren't
spacesuit.
any air tanks to go with the spacesuit.
How odd. The crew must have taken the spares when they evacuated.
How odd.
How am I going to do an EVA repair without oxygen?
I'm sorry. I don't know how you can get oxygen for your suit. You're going to have to figure this one out on your own.
Great. That's great.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
General inquiry.
Ask away.
All right.
I'd like to talk about the battle for Persephone.
Okay.
Dear God. This is a lot of stuff.
Was the Dharma completely destroyed?
Yes. The enemy ship was reduced to a cloud of gas and metal fragments. It is likely that one of those microfragments caused the damage in the stateroom on Deck 2.
What happened to the Dharma's drones?
I suspect they were recalled to the Dharma after the Lexington surrender. They were on board the Dharma when Captain Dana detonated the warhead.
It worked. Why didn't the enemy drones use nuclear anti-ship missiles? They could have taken out the Lexington a hell of a lot faster than they did.
Why didn't the enemy drones use nuclear anti-ship missiles? They could have taken out the Lexington a hell of a lot faster than they did.
The enemy drones were probably trying to disable the Lexington and Jericho rather than destroy them. I suspect the UN wanted to put the Lexington out of action and then board the Jericho. They were probably very curious about the artifact and the mission.
How did the Dharma know where we were going?
The most logical explanation is that there was a UN agent involved
That
in the
was
operation
Poole, the guy
planning
who
phase
saw his
for
parents
this
die.
mission. There might also have been an agent on board the Lexington. It is not beyond the realm of possibility that there was an agent at a high level of Allied command, as well as an agent on board the ship.
It's actually true that Allied Command is part of it.
Did everyone in both crews go over in the shuttles as planned?
Everyone but you.
Were there any casualties during the battle itself?
Only minor injuries.
Why didn't Dana leave more people on the Lexington?
It was a desperate gamble as it was. The Dharma's crew knew the extent of the damage to both Alliance ships. Garrick, the UN commander, was well aware that there hadn't been any breach of the inner hull on the Lexington. There wasn't a good reason for heavy casualties. Also, I'm reasonably certain that Dana was aware of the possibility that one of the Lexington staff officers was a spy. Dana was trying to maximize his chances of success by leaving just you aboard.
That's a delight. Why me?
Why me?
He knew you weren't a UN agent. He also believed in your unconventional approach to problem solving. He made a high-level, special request for your assignment to the crew shortly before the Lexington was scheduled to depart. I'm sure there were other reasons that I'm not qualified to speculate about, given my limited capabilities.
Why do you think he suspected a spy?
For the same reasons I do. Look at the facts.
You don't seem very limited to me.
You flatter me.
The odds are very much against me.
You're doing pretty well, Lieutenant.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
All right,
What's going on?
Sensors have picked up traces of antiprotons somewhere on Deck 2.
Antiprotons? What does that mean? Antimatter?
Antimatter is generally used only for explosives. It is much too unstable for use as a propellant or power source. I hypothesize that there is an antimatter explosive device on board the Lexington. I further hypothesize that this device is in the process of spinning up. Detonation could be imminent.
I mean, I have it in my hand.
What could the device be?
Perhaps a warhead that penetrated but didn't detonate during the attack on the Lexington.
Yep.
Perhaps a bomb.
I have the bomb.
How can you tell when it's going to detonate?
Antimatter is too unstable to be held in containment for very long. An antimatter explosive device like a warhead or a bomb is armed immediately prior to detonation. The device will go through an energy conversion process called spinning up, whereby the antimatter is actually produced before use. When the device finishes spinning up, it will detonate.
Okay,
How big a bomb are we dealing with?
When antimatter is involved, the explosive power of this device is almost never small.
This will be useful. I'm going to have to go back to this computer, but this will be good to remind me of what I'm doing next week.
This is still equivalent to 100 tons of TNT.
Okay.
How would a bomb get aboard the Lexington?
It is possible that there was a saboteur aboard.
And I knew about that. How do I disarm it?
How can I disarm the device?
If you can find it, you should be able to disarm it easily enough.
What? That is not an answer. What do you mean I should be able to freaking disarm it? Wait a second. Arv, super unsure. Oh, great. That's great. Did I just disarm it? I think I disarmed it. Yay! We had 10 minutes. Oh, man. All right. Good. Huzzah, then. Okay, we're going to delete that. Let's save this. I think that's appropriate. I think that's appropriate for us to stop right there. We managed to, stop a bomb. So that was, the bomb found me very disarming. I'll bet it did. Woo! So that was fun, folks. That was a little shaky at times. I was not sure, but we managed to keep the thing from going super critical. We just disarmed a bomb, and now we're going to have to fix the communications array by walking outside in the hull. I'm sure that'll be just great. But we got a lot of information that was useful, and I hope you folks enjoyed this as much as I did. And if so, I hope you'll consider following the channel, supporting us by checking out the GOG channel, by subscribing to us here on GOG.com, as many of you did today. Special thanks to Money Mike, who was the gifter-in-chief the gifter of all time. We gave 10 gift subs today, so thank you to Money Mike, and thank you to all of those who stuck around and got some of those subs. Thank you to those of you who renewed their subs as well, including Nonstop and others. I know Wilgaret also did a gift sub, so thanks to everyone who gifted subs and resubbed themselves. And also, of course, you can check out our individual channels, because we all have our own subsystems and Patreons and things like that over that as well also. Otherwise, though, I'm going to rise up on out of here. Pantsless Aaron is coming now, where you gets to blow up some stormtroopers also in space with some more Dark Forces. That is coming up in the next 5 minutes. I will be back on my channel tomorrow, Wednesday night. We will have D&D, my community D&D group with the Shadow crew, with Shadowed Mage and 4 amazing players of Rock God, Echo Alpha, X5, Triffity, Mats, and Hoodie, playing Dragon of Ice Spire Peak. That's tomorrow at 9 p.m. Thursday, we're off. Friday, I'll be back. If you like space, Friday, I'll be back on my channel with Esper Genesis, my tabletop role-playing game. And then Saturday, which is sort of based on Mass Effect, roughly speaking, a little bit of Firefly it's becoming. And then on Saturday, more D&D with Palace of the Red Pasha. And just as a reminder, next Tuesday is the last time that you will see me streaming from this room, because after that, I'm moving. I got to go deal with all of that closing house and all that kind of stuff now. So I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Pantsless Aaron. Thanks to everyone who was here to watch. Thanks to everyone who contributed. Thank you to Money Mike, to all the people that did the subs and all that good stuff. And I will see all you lovely folks either on my channel or next week for episode 266 of Pen and Pixels with more Mission Critical. But now, stick around for Pantsless Aaron, and thanks everyone. I'll catch you all soon. Have a good night.
Searching though I don't know